I think we spend a lot of time controlling our children. I think we spend a lot of time making the decisions for them, deciding their life for them, taking over their problems, taking over their difficulties, taking over their hardships for them. I think we spend too much time into turning them into something delicate, something fragile, something that is easily disturbed by outside circumstances. We spend so much time babying our children that they start to rely on that, and they tend to forget, with our help, that everything that they can set out to achieve, they can achieve on their own. Anything that they plan for, anything that is already a part of their mind, anything that they feel is their journey, anything that they feel is meant for them, we interfere in their lives so much that we kind of take away their own right to be human. If this is a pathological desire within us to control everything around us, and therefore we will also control our children, this does not end in young age. It moves on, it goes on till the time that we have successfully taken over our children's lives, even when they are themselves having children. Our need for control, our need for existence, our need for validation, our need for approval, our need for being somebody relevant in somebody's lives is so much higher than our need to understand that this person, this human being, this soul that has taken existence through you is now an individual of their own. And we mollycoddle them, we spoil them, we buy them so many things. Sometimes we go the other way, sometimes we teach them very harshly that things take time to accumulate and money has almost too much value, and then we instill fear in them. I remember this incident. I was with my child, and she was 5 at that time, and we were outside a mall, and she had to decide between two Barbies, and she couldn't decide, so she panicked and she started crying. And I there was a discount on the toy anyway, so I just told her it's okay, buy both. Don't panic, just buy. And for that moment, her panic settled, her mind settled. But later, when we were sitting together in a cafe, I was having a cup of coffee, and she was just sitting with herself, opening her toys. She started crying, and she started apologizing, and she started saying, I'm sorry, I made you buy two when you told me that I had to buy one, and I should not have done that, and I am very sorry. And then I realized maybe I have over instilled the importance of money in this world in her, which was making her think that there is lack in the world, so therefore she can't buy two and she can only buy one. Another time I did this with her was when I told her that this is your name, and if somebody has a name like that, that means that these kind of people take care of the world, and they take care of everyone around them, and they love and cherish them, and they're kind to others. So I did not realize how seriously she had taken that. So after some time, I started noticing that she doesn't want to go to school. And she started telling me, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school. And I couldn't understand because she used to like school. So I said, why? So she said, kids are too loud, they don't listen to me. I don't feel comfortable around them. I feel exhausted, I feel tired. Then I could not really put two and two together, but after some time passed, I realized that maybe she's trying to be a parent to children her own age, and maybe she is taking over the responsibilities of what the teacher should be doing, and she's assuming that she also needs to help because people with her name take care of the world. So then I sat her down and she said, I don't want to sleep because I don't want to sleep and I don't want to go to school also. So I sat her down and I told her, how about we go to school tomorrow and we understand that our only job is to take care of our own selves. Our only job is to understand what the teacher is saying. Our only job is to raise our hands if we don't understand what the teacher is saying, and that's it. If somebody around us needs help, sure, we can help them, but it's not our responsibility to teach them. It's not our responsibility to take over as the teacher. It is not our responsibility to take over more than what we can handle. And just go tomorrow and just learn. And if you can't learn, raise your hand and say, teacher, can you please repeat it again? Ma'am, can you please repeat it again? Could you please repeat it? And that's it. Nothing else is your job now. She took 5 more minutes, she fell asleep, and then she did not complain about not wanting to go to school. So these examples are such subtle examples that teach us how much we can influence our child's world. If we take over everything from them, and this usually does not come from a heart that is full. It comes from a heart that is needy. It comes from a heart that wants existence. It comes from a heart that wants their own need to be needed, to be justified through the child. It doesn't come from a place where you're trying to be there for the child. Because the funniest thing about parenting is that parenting should enable you to not be a parent anymore. The funniest thing about being a parent is that you should be able to raise the child in such a way that the child, after a while, becomes so independent that they need you just to walk alongside them, but not to take over things for them. That is correct parenting. Parenting as a role was given to you to ensure that you would be their support, not their crutch. I don't want to use the word handicap, but not to handicap children, not to make sure that they always need you. When I come, we'll do this. When we go there, we'll do this. And then we go there, we'll do this. Let the children enjoy on their own. Let the children explore the world on their own. Let the children figure out things for themselves. Let the children make their own mistakes, because that is what they signed up for when they came. When they came into your world, they signed up for a life of their own. Because if we do not understand this now, a time will come when the children will be so dependent on you for validation. They will be so reliant on you for their own self-esteem that I don't know if anybody wants this. Maybe some people do, but you will be their primary source of self-esteem, which means your subtle reactions, your tone, inflection, the way you speak will decide major life paths for your child. The child will see you, sense you, understand you, and will take decisions from a place of wanting approval from you. And they will make huge blunders, huge mistakes in their life. Sometimes these children will go ahead and affect other people's lives as well, because their entire compass was you. Their entire correct or incorrect, black or white, good or bad came from you. And since we as humans are not complete, since we as humans are not perfect, our sense of right and wrong is not always 100%. Sometimes, most often, why should I say sometimes, let's be correct here because we're trying to learn something. Most often, we are working from our own trauma. Most often, we are working from our own limitations. Most often, right and wrong in our life comes from what we have seen, and what we have seen is something we need to evolve from ourselves. But instead of choosing our own path, choosing our own destinies, choosing our own freedom, choosing our own evolution, we enmesh ourselves so deeply into our children's lives, and not only do we lose our purpose, we ensure that they lose theirs as well. We ensure that the child would never be able to thrive without you or without us. We ensure that the child will never feel enough without you. Then the children will take self-sabotaging decisions. They will end up with people who will control them just like you controlled them. They will end up with people in jobs, business, career, relationships, romance, everything. They will end up with children who will belittle them in subtle ways like you did. They will end up surrounding themselves with people who they need validation from, and then if they are old, it will be too late. And then the relationship that you always wanted, that you wanted to instill within you and with this child, no matter how old this child is, it will destroy itself so quickly and so fast and with so much rage when this child actually wakes up and realizes the seed that you had put in, which took away his own independence, his own freedom of thought. So whatever we try to force ourselves into creating or force into creation ends up destroying what could have been a beautiful and supportive relationship between a parent and child, because you decided that you know better, even though you have very good proof to look around you and realize that there are a lot of things that you could also improve in your own life. We all do. We all do. We all realize through different stages in our lives things that we need to still work on, things that we need to still evolve from. No age is too too old. There is no age in which you will one day wake up and realize, hey, I'm sorted. But there will be ages when you will wake up and realize, and you will think, did I work from this belief for, I don't know, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years? Was this the driving force of my life? Was this driving me? Was this affecting my decisions? Was trauma creating my decisions? Your children don't need you to be in their driver's seat. Your children don't need you to be hand-holding them throughout their life and ensuring that they are unable to do so. We can't have it both ways. We can't say that, listen to me. I was watching this joke, reading this joke, and it said that when you're young, this person was talking to their child and said that, when you are young, be obedient, be pliable, be understanding of what I'm trying to say, but when you're older, be independent, be ruthless. and be cutthroat. Both cannot happen. If you're raising children to be independent, they need to be independent as children also, as kids also. If you're raising children to be dependent, you can't assume that at the age of 50 they will not be dependent. And if you have no idea that all of this is going on, there is no better time than right now to just take a look and evaluate. Are we on the right path? Have I handicapped my child? What can I do now? What is next?